To the show. With me in the studio are three chefs with three very different cooking styles. First, an Irish woman with a passion for Italian food that she shares with visitors to her very own cookery school, Ballyknocken in County Wicklow. It's Catherine Fulvio. Next to her is a French maestro at the helm of his own Michelin-starred bistro right here in London. It's the equally talented Eric Chavot. And finally, next to him, one of the most finest Indian chefs in the country. It's the king of spice, Vivek Singh. A big welcome to you all.
Good morning.
So, Catherine looking splendid there. So, you're
well,
firing away.
It's New Year.
Well, ladies first, then what are you going to cook for us?
I am going to cook a lovely pork dish. It's a Sicilian dish, and I'm going to add a little Irish twist to it along the way, but it's been served with a beautiful pomegranate and date salsa.
You've got risotto in there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, we're making little arancina, and we're going to serve them with the pork. It'll be delicious.
That's filled with mozzarella as well. Sounds
so
pretty
nice.
good to me. So, what are you going to follow that with then, Eric?
We're doing a beautiful little salad landaise. Salad landaise will be, again, back from what we serve for Christmas around the Réveillon. So it's all about the duck and the foie gras, but just took a little twist again and made it lighter and adding nice little salad. So we're going to break it down into pieces.
Tastes really good as well. So you're the last one. Follow that.
Right. I'm doing a version of a raan, the grandest of all Indian dishes.
Does this beat everybody then?
Yeah.
This is it. Is this a competition-based thing?
No, it isn't a competition. This will traditionally be done with a leg of lamb. We'll be using a shoulder. So it's a spiced, roasted, part roast, part braised shoulder of lamb that we're going to serve with some cumin and chili roast potatoes.
So there you go, three great recipes to look forward to, and we've got our lineup of fantastic foodie films from the BBC archives. There's recipes from Rick Stein, Nigel Slater, plus new Saturday kitchen recipes from Ken Hom, Ching Hi Huan and Raymond Blanc. Now, our special guest today will always be remembered for playing the lovable rogue antique dealer in the massively popular BBC TV series, Lovejoy. He's since abandoned antiques to the frontiers of the Wild West to star in the multi-award-winning American drama Deadwood. Please welcome to Saturday Kitchen, it's the brilliant Ian McShane. Great to have on the show, Ian.
Good to see you.
And I have to say, probably the busiest actor that I've ever had the pleasure of speaking to.
Not bad.
You're pretty busy. I mean, incredible. For somebody like yourself who says that acting's not in your blood.
Well, no, I mean, obviously, I wasn't a very good footballer. I mean, my dad was a soccer player, and obviously that's your dream when you're a kid, but I found out pretty early I wasn't very good at that.
Because your dad was pretty...
yeah, Manchester United.
In the time when, what, 51, 52? Sir Matt Busby's era?
50, just before the Babes, so I knew them all, yeah. And Ferguson's a good friend of mine now. So I did a play at school. I mean, I didn't have any pretensions towards acting either, but it seemed, you know, better than bad at football or going to jail. So, yeah, acting's been very, very good to me.
It certainly has. Well, we're going to talk about your career to date as well as what you're up to a little bit later as well. But now, of course, at the end of today's programme, I will actually cook food heaven or food hell for Ian. It's going to be something based on your favourite ingredient, food heaven, or your nightmare ingredient, food hell.
That was a tough one, you know, because I don't really have hell and I like food. So it was a bit, but fish with red wine sauce has never been on my favourite.
Well, let's start with heaven then. What would you like?
Oh, I think like you know, fish and chips. A really great fish and chip.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
That's because you've been in LA for quite a number of years now. You can't get good fish and chips over there, surely.
No, they're very good Mexican food.
All right. Well, I know you like soul as well, so I could be doing it with that.
No, whatever you choose.
And what about the dreaded food hell then?
I've never understood the fish with the wine sauce. That's always been, unless it's Sol Veronique, yes, but red wine, that kind of thing is odd. And capers, I think I mentioned, didn't I?
All right, that's on the list as well. So there you go, it's sole or cod. For food heaven, I'm going to draw on Ian's northern roots for my inspiration to make some proper fish and chips. First of all, the fish is filleted, then covered with a beer-infused batter, then deep-fried, and served with a big pile of chips and a homemade curry sauce, just like the chip shop.
Curry sauce?
Curry sauce. I'm pushing the boat out today, you see.
Indeed. No more TPs.
Or Ian could be facing food hell, of course. Cod, and I'm going to turn the classic for this one. The fish is pan-fried, served with a nut brown butter with a caper sauce, along with a simple red wine reduction, and it finished off with a few char grill leeks on the top.
That sounds good too.
Well, I'm trying to pick it up as well. But you have to wait to the end of the show to find out which one Ian is going to get. Now, on your travels, have you ever been to Ballyknocken?
No, I haven't. I've been to Dublin many times.
Well, you need to go there because there's a cookery school, and it's run by this lady over here. It's the fabulous Catherine Fulvio. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you very much.
Welcome back, exactly. So what are we going to do for us then? What are you going to make?
We're doing a kind of Sicilian Irish dish.
Okay.
And we're going to roast off some pork with the lovely flavours of Sicily here. And you're going to make some arancina for me. They're those little rice balls.
Arancina. Okay.
Because they're like oranges.
They're like oranges.
That's how they get the
Well,
title.
the flavour comes from a little bit of saffron rice then, does it?
That's right. So you're just wetting the saffron there, and then you're going to pop it in the saucepan with the arborio rice.
Okay.
And a bit more water goes in.
Okay.
And the rice then needs to be cooked through and then cooled so that we can shape it.
Okay, that's that one. So we leave that and then just cooks gently now in there.
Yeah.
And then these are like sort of deep fried.
They are. They are. And do you know what, James? They're actually street food in Sicily.
Street food?
Yeah. So,
okay.
like, I'm kind of taking a little twist. I say the Sicilians might kill me for this one.
Right.
But I'm actually serving it as part of the main course.
Okay.
And normally in Sicily, we're just putting a little bit of mozzarella in them today.
Yeah.
But normally in Sicily, you would have a little bit of ragu with some peas inside, or you would have some ham and mozzarella.
Okay.
So you're putting a bit of grated parmesan in
Now,
there.
people are watching this going, why Italy for an Irish lady? Why?
Well, actually, my husband is from Palermo.
It's good enough reason then, isn't it, really?
Yeah. And everybody says, oh, where did you meet? Was it really romantic? Were you in Venice on a gondola? And then I have to tell the awful truth. We were in a pub in Dublin when we met. But we go to Sicily a huge amount. Obviously, all my husband's relatives are there. And it's lovely. It's lovely to have the mix of Ireland with Sicily because we've got such great ingredients in Ireland, and a lot of ingredients that you would use in Sicilian cooking grow very, very well in Ireland anyway.
Now, Ian mentioned Dublin there. You've been there a few times before.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, fantastic part of the world. Great ingredients. That's the key to Ireland, I think.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful ingredients.
Yeah, I mean, we said, and I think I've said this to you before, it's all about the grass. All the, you know, the animals are outside all the time. For us, we get rain fairly frequently with a bit of mix of sunshine, and it just results in a really, really nice atmosphere for food production.
Right, I'm making these little saffron. I think I'm doing it right. You've got mozzarella in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, I find if you get a bit of egg white on your hand and then put a little bit of the rice through a measuring spoon, then make a dip, get the mozzarella, and then put another ladle on top, which you probably already have.
I haven't got a clue what you've just said.
It's Irish.
Did you follow that?
Not at all.
I have got an absolute clue.
You told me to speak slowly. You told me to speak. You told me to speak slowly.
Egg white in my hand? What?
Yeah, egg white in your hand, yeah, it does help.
Egg white in my hand, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You've got that?
A spoon, have you got, oh, you've already taken that out, yeah? Okay, so make a dip. Right, I'll show you, right? And then I get the meat on. Now, here we go. Okay, so you get your rice on in your hand like this. Okay, right, you make a little well like this. You get a bit of mozzarella. Oh, you have some mozzarella there, like that, you see? And then another little bit of this on top, and it can slide off, and it just sits on top like that. Forced together, like so. And then, yeah, you did it. I'll let you have that one.
It's too much washing up, Catherine, you see. That's the thing. Anyway,
so
right.
I'm just coating the pork in all these lovely flavours. I have orange zest, I have chilli, I have garlic, and I have flat leaf parsley. It's so typical in Sicily to have orange with pork because, of course, pork, as I said to you, is a New Year dish, but oranges are in season at that time as well.
So flour first, then egg white.
Yes.
Using, and then breadcrumbs. And then fry them. Meanwhile, you've just chopped a bit of chilli.
I know! It's what you call delegation, James. Do you know?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it is. Right. Now, let's just clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to make a little salsa as well.
Yeah. So tell us about the new year then for you and Ireland.
This year...
Anything new to look forward to next year?
Yes, yeah. Well, we're expanding our cookery school, so that's going to be great fun, and we're bringing on a lot more classes. I'm working on the next cookbook, which is fantastic. It hardly seems like the last cookbook was just done when you start the next one.
Your cook school, is it residential as well then, or what?
Yes, people will come over and they'll stay with us. So it's all hands-on experience.
Right.
So it gives people a good chance to really learn, because I think when you're actually doing things yourself, that's how you learn most, isn't it?
Right, so we've got a little bit of the chard in there. You want some salt?
I'm just going to pop
pepper?
like this. Yes, please.
Now, you're making a little salsa there. So what's in the salsa?
I'm going to put dates in there, and I'm going to put some orange juice, some lovely extra virgin olive oil, flat leaf parsley, and pomegranate.
Right, there's your little street food that we've got there. I'm assuming they're all right, are they?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Right, you want this just not frying, just literally
Yeah, just
wilting
wilting
a little
down,
bit.
please.
Okay. Like that as well.
So with the dates, instead of dates, of course, you could use figs. Would be really nice in this. There's your orange juice done in. We get a little bit of flat leaf parsley in, a little bit of salt and pepper. So you don't always have to have a hot sauce with a pork dish or a meat dish.
Yeah.
Something like a cold salsa can actually be really refreshing, especially when there's so many other flavours going on.
Pomegranates, hardly Irish.
Oh, well, now, you wouldn't know what I grow in my back garden. I had figs this year. I was very impressed, yeah.
Pomegranates, though.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's pushing it a lot.
But, there you go. So, is that enough?
That's plenty, thank you, James.
Okay.
Lovely red colour on that now. Really, really nice.
So dates, orange juice, a little bit of oil you want in there?
Yeah, extra virgin olive oil in there.
Okay. There you go. Just a touch.
That's lovely.
Bit
Another
more.
little bit, I think.
Bit more.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
There we
And
go.
I'll bring the pork over because this is ready. So
Perfect.
how long's this had in the oven then? What temperature?
The pork is about 35, 40 minutes, depending on the level of doneness and the size of the pork, obviously.
Right. There you go.
Thank you very much, James. We'll get our plate out.
I'll put
Are you
the,
happy with your arancina?
Well, I think I've got it right. I'm not quite sure. I've never made it before, but I'm pretty sure that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really, really nice. Let me get a knife now just to get the meat carved up. So the meat's been resting for a little while.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, James, is... we have the char there. We'll put a little, like 3 little bits there.
3 little bits.
Yeah, kind of like there, there, and there. And by the way, if you're making those arancini, you should really make a few of them because they're so nice for snacks the next day. Kids love them because it's like finger food as well. Yeah, I'll kind of centre that maybe a little bit. Kind of like
Sorry.
that. Yeah,
Where's the other one?
There. That's it.
There.
And then we get our little...
Oh, one on each. I can
Yeah,
do
one
that.
on each. Thank you very much, James.
Okay.
That's lovely.
One on each one.
Very nice.
Yep.
And then we get our meat in between, like so. There we go. Our last bit of meat at the end.
So is
and then we get
this
the
a
salsa
traditional
over it.
dish, or is this something that you
No,
put
this
your
is my
variation?
twist on it because
Right.
normally you'd have your meat course and it really would just be the meat. So this is definitely a kind of a blend of everything.
Yeah, and then you've got the salsa over the top as well.
Salsa, yeah. And it wouldn't, again, the salsa is kind of my version of all the ingredients that are very popular, like dried fruits are very popular to serve after your main course and after your fruit course.
Looks
There
very
we go.
festive with those pomegranates on it.
There we go, James. I think we did all right.
Happy with that?
Very happy with it.
So tell us the name of the dish.
So this here is your roast pork with lovely Sicilian mini arancina and a gorgeous date and pomegranate salsa.
Looks really good. See what it tastes like then, shall we? 3 gentlemen over here. I'll pop that one in the middle, and you get to dive into that one.
There's 3 balls in front of us.
3 balls each. One each. Have a dive into that with the pork.
Irish fusion, is it?
Irish.
It's definitely Irish
Sicilian.
fusion. The chard is Irish and the garlic.
But like you say, you can make those risotto easily in advance. Great for
Yeah.
leftover stuff this Christmas as
They're
well.
absolutely lovely. And you could put other flavours in there as well. You know, I was trying to stick to the slightly traditional, but those little arancina are just
Yeah,
so
He's not
practical.
going to share. He's not going to share. This is
No, he's not gonna
mine.
share. He's
This
straight
is-
in there,
This
you
is
know.
not. The gentleman's going to look. See?
Any good? Any good?
Very good. Like cheese balls.
There you go. Right, we need some wine to go with this. As Hogmanay is approaching, we sent our wine expert Olly Smith across the border to Scotland to pick the wines for the studio. So what he's chosen to go with Catherine's Perfect Pork.
On the approach to New Year, I've come here to Edinburgh, the heart of Hogmanay. High time we charged our glasses with a tipple. With the citrus buzz of Catherine's prime pork, you might be tempted to go for a luscious white, like this Eden Valley Viognier from Yalumba, and it's delicious. However, with the cheesy arancini balls in this dish, a light red is the perfect choice to unite all the flavours in the dish in a single sip. So I'm selecting Triade 2011 Rosso, pork o'clock. This award-winning wine comes from Puglia, still a fantastic place in Italy to hunt for wine bargains. It's blended from 3 grapes, tangy Negro Amaro, fruity Primitivo and nimble Nero di Troia. But when they come together, it's like the 3 tenors singing in harmony. glorious. With pork, you want to go for a wine like this that's light in body but full on flavour. Otherwise you risk a clash with the uniquely soft texture of the meat. And then of course there's the salsa, with that orangey tang but fueled with the richness of dates and pomegranate seeds. Those summery flavours will resonate with the red fruit flavours in this wine. And finally, with those cheesy arancini balls, you need a light-bodied red like this to keep up with their savoury richness. Catherine, here's to your perky pork. Cheers!
Cheers indeed. What do you think? The guys are diving in there.
I know, I'm wondering, is any coming over our
Well,
direction at all? Like,
you know. And what do you think of the wine to go with it?
oh, it's really delicious, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very summery.
Because there's
Very
lots of
floral.
flavours going on there with the pomegranate and everything else.
And particularly with the date and the pomegranate coming together, it sort of frames the dish really nicely, but also with the wine, it really helps.
Eric?
I mean, it does work, and I mean, it's, again, like we mentioned earlier, you know, it's from Ireland, meets the south, you know, all Mediterranean flavour together in the middle of winter, and that's one like, and the beautiful bright colours as well.
It's lovely.
A bit of
Eric,
freshness.
that's a great wine match to go with it. Right, coming up, Eric has a stunning salad to share with us. I've tasted it, and it's pretty good. So what are you going to make?
Salade landaise.
Thanks for that, Rick. And don't go looking for Sean Hill anymore in Ludlow. He's not there. His restaurant's moved to Abergavenny in North Wales. Now, for today's masterclass, I thought I'd show you how to use something that's often overlooked at Christmas and underused, really, panettone. A lot of people have got this left over after Christmas. I'm going to do a baked Alaska, really quick and simple, with a little cherry compote. So the cherry compote's going to go on first, really. For this one, we've got some... These are tin cherries, or you can get frozen cherries, or you can use fresh cherries. And we use the mixture of jam, sugar, and lemon. All we do is we throw the cherries in with the sugar, and we're making a compote. So there's quite a lot of sugar in there.
Yeah.
Bring this to the boil, cook this for about 5-6 minutes, and we end up with this compote that we've got there. And I'm going to make a nice little meringue with some icing sugar, some normal sugar, and some egg whites. Now, obviously, wanting to be a career or not wanting to be a career as a footballer, going into acting, I just want to put a little list together of all the people that this gentleman has worked with and some of the films. Battle of Britain. How good was that?
That was great. Robert Shaw?
They don't make them like that anymore,
No,
do
they don't. Not like Robert Shaw, anyway.
Fantastic. Lawrence Olivier, Michael Caine,
Yep.
Richard Burton, the villain. I thought that was a fantastic film as well.
Yeah, we had a strange relationship.
You did, yeah. Quite risque in the 70s as well for something like that.
It was very funny, Richard. Before we did one scene, he said, "I'm very glad you're playing this party." And I said, "Well," he said, "you remind me of Elizabeth." I said, "Thank you."
Sean Connery, Ransom. I
Sean,
mean,
yeah.
James Coburn.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. Ben Kingsley. Obviously, recently, Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, what a career for somebody that people would recognise in the UK as obviously antiques dealer.
We were talking the other day about Johnny Hurt. I just finished doing Hercules, and Johnny Hurt and I we started together at drama school, shared a flat, did our first film together, first play together. So there we are, sitting there in a Hungarian restaurant saying, "Well, this is all right, John." 51 years later, we're still doing it, still getting paid, still fooling everybody.
and this is tell us about Hercules then, because this is the big blockbuster for next year.
Yeah, big one. 19 weeks in Budapest this summer. It was fun. I mean, the trouble is with it, they just go on too long, those big gigs, you know.
Do you still find that even after all these years of doing it?
Yeah, well, you can get a bit, but we always say with doing those kind of jobs, you know, they pay me to wait, I do the acting for free, which is true.
Of all the things you've ever done, what's been your favourite role? Because obviously recently Deadwood to me is...
Well, Deadwood is... That's why I'm here talking to you today, because they're showing it again. But it was a great part, but it's not only that, it was a great, great series to be part of. I think that's it, because it's really about the beginnings of America. It's about how America became to what you see now. And I mean, it's based on a true story. My character was a real guy who owned the brothel in town. And slowly the town becomes, you know, sophisticated. It begets law, it gets order, and then political shape comes in, it becomes a state, and that's what the show was about.
What was that like, getting a script like that for you? Because did you make it your own? Was it something that developed between you and the writer?
No, the guy's a bit of a genius. I mean, David Milch, who wrote it and created the show, he'd already done NYPD Blue, which was his show. So he's a real innovator in TV, you know?
Yeah.
And this was his contribution first to cable TV. And it came at a perfect time. The Sopranos had just been on the air. And but proved this huge success. And of course, being on cable, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
I can't talk about a lot of the things here because you'll have to see it. because it is an extraordinary show. But we did some extraordinary stuff on it. Very rarely does that kind of material come along when you can actually, you look forward to going to work every day. It was 3 years of the best. I mean, I think all the actors on it, we had some pretty terrific actors on it, you know. But
again, it's about the script, it's everything, but the set's fantastic.
It's always about the script in the beginning, and then it's about everybody steps up. So everybody brought their A game every day. But we were very lucky because when we were there, we filmed on this ranch, Gene Autry's Melody Ranch, which had, like, was a studio and a ranch. So the writers were there, the actors were there, the horses were there, the costumes were there, the editors were there. So we could, every day, he could do... You didn't have a schedule every day. And every day, the script wasn't completely written in stone. Every day, he'd come up, he'd go, I wrote 5 more pages. We're going to do this today. So it was like doing a workshop, film, theatre. Fantastic.
So for anybody who hasn't seen it, that's the CBS Action Channel. It starts in January.
Yeah, that's great.
You can get hold of it. So what's next for you then? I mean, you've done so much. You know.
Well, I got a movie coming up, a very funny one, in Valentine's Day, Cuban Fury with Nick Frost, and I'm off to do a movie with Keanu Reeves. So. Busy.
No offence, but I'm stuck here with Eric Chavot and Vivek. Right, we've made a little meringue here, and this has got obviously ice cream. We've got the compote of cherries, and then the idea being you use this panettone. I've got.
That's good because they always give you in Italian restaurants that big cake at Christmas, the big one.
Yeah, you never know what to do with it.
No, exactly.
Well. Yeah, well, it normally gets left till June, doesn't it, really? But you can do a nice little Italian meringue where you can do this Italian meringue, or this isn't an Italian meringue, but you can make an Italian meringue with boiled sugar.
Now, what's the difference between Italian meringue and French meringue?
You heat the sugar.
That's it, yeah.
There's one called the Swiss meringue where you actually put the sugar and the egg whites together in a bowl and warm it up over a bain-marie or a pan of hot water, which you can do. Alternatively, this one's just a plain one. This one's done with just normal sugar and... ice and sugar, and all you do is just roll that around the top like that. So it's just nice and simple. You don't need to be too fancy with it. And then, of course, you can pipe it over the top. So, and with you using the ice and sugar, it actually goes quite silky, which is really nice. But you can do that. And I've basically just put a little bit of kirsch on there as well. But just nice and simple. Now, traditionally, baked Alaska would be baked in the oven. Yeah. However, you can use one of these. Get yourself one of these for Christmas.
Got one of those in LA.
Comes free with a mask. And then you just blow towards the top.
I'm not really a welder.
Yeah, over the top, like that.
Beautiful.
Nice and simple. And then you've got this cherry compote, which sits on the side. So this year has been extremely busy for you. Obviously.
Yeah, it was a long one. I'm mostly on Hercules this year.
Do you get the time to relax this new year then?
Yeah, I'll be going back to LA to see my darling wife. I've spent Christmas with my grandkids here, my mum, so and she's been with her mum in Detroit, so we get together back in Los Angeles.
Now a lot of people don't know it because you've been there about 35 years now.
Yeah, on and off. Yeah.
And even when you were doing Lovejoy, you were
I was still at place there. Yeah, my
there.
wife's American, and you know I like the heat, so it's nice.
There you go. Well, there's no hot chili in this, but you could do, I suppose, if you wanted. Little chocolate
chili and
sauce.
Chocolate, yeah.
Little chocolate sauce to go with it. You've got cherries, ice cream.
That looks fabulous.
And meringue. Oh. And the rest of the panettone. Get rid of it. There you go.
That looks fantastic.
You've just offended half of Italy there, James, now throwing the panettone away.
Oh, sorry, I should have done that with somebody who likes Italian sort of thing. You're going to get letters. It's about 3,500 calories a portion, but hey.
Hey, who cares?
Happy with that?
That's delicious.
Well, good luck with everything.
Marvellous.
All right, don't forget this. If there's a skill, dish or technique you'd like me to demonstrate, then drop us a line. We'll try to cover it over the coming shows. All the contact details are on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. Right, what we'll be cooking for Ian at the end of the show. He could be facing that food heaven, of course, sole. The fish is dipped into a beer batter with some yeast and then deep fried and served with a big pile of chips and a homemade curry sauce. Sounds pretty good to me. Or Ian could be facing food hell. Cod. The fish is pan-fried and served with a nut brown butter with capers in it and a simple red wine reduction. And it's finished off with a few char grill leeks over the top. Right. Great stuff, Nigel. Still to come this morning on Saturday Kitchen. Ken Hom and Ching Hee-Wan are exploring China. Ching is staying up with a family up in the mountains, cooking pork and mushrooms, whilst Ken is in the heart of Beijing. wok frying chicken wings with Chinese cabbage. Raymond Blanc has a spectacular cake to show us. Following a trip to Paris, he's inspired to create an incredible-looking chocolate macaron cake. Great stuff. And will Ian be facing food heaven, that battered fillet of lemon sole with chips and curry sauce, or food hell cod in a caper butter sauce with char grill leeks? Of course, it's not up to our chefs today. Instead, we're letting fate to decide. I'm going to explain exactly how a little bit later on in the show. Right, cooking next is one of the most uniquely talented chefs in the country. He wrote that bit. His very personal style of classic French brasserie food has already won even a shiny Michelin star. It's the multi-talented Eric Chavot. What's on the menu today, then? Because this salad is fantastic.
Well, you had the salad, you know, you came and test run it for me to make sure, you know, and we reworked it. But
what's it called?
It's called salad landaise.
Salad landaise, and there's a lot going on.
There's a lot of going on.
So what I'm going to start off and do the remoulade. So what are you doing?
You start on the remoulade. I'm starting on the spicy pecan.
The spicy pecan nuts.
The spicy pecan nuts. Spicy pecan nuts. As you know, I just come back from a couple of years in Florida.
Yeah.
Where I spent a lot of time playing with salads. You know, the Americans love their salads. They absolutely. And we did all the classics, from the Waldorf to the blue cheese, to the chop and toss, as they call it down there.
Yeah.
And I came back with about 15, 20 beautiful new dressings. You know, I left with just French dressing and came back with blue cheese, ranch dressing.
Yeah. So this is one of this is fantastic though. So what are we doing here with the pecan nuts?
The pecan, you make a very quick like a toffee caramel, just your butter, brown sugar. So that comes. So you got, again, because, why brown sugar? Because, again, reminiscent because of the spiciness of the sugar. Yeah. And it's slightly licorice. We are on Christmas now. So you want that Christmas feel.
Now, as well as the pecan nuts that are going in here, this is a remoulade. You want it quite chunky as well?
We want it quite chunky. Just little apple, just to cut down the fattiness. Okay. The freshness of the remoulade, the freshness of the salad is going to cut down all the fattiness of that lovely duck.
And then what am I going to dress it with? This one?
You're going to dress it with a little bit of the blue cheese dressing.
So what's in this spice then?
This spice is we call it five spice. So we've got star anise, cinnamon, black peppercorn, cumin seed, and toss them in a nice little caramel. Part of the recipe very quickly. You should have a couple of eggs somewhere for the eggs white.
There you go.
You got the egg white. Thank you very much. Okay. Quickly beaten. Just give me that.
2 egg whites.
Just going to fold that. So we're just going to cut and just whack it into the oven.
2 egg whites.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now this dish is based in your restaurant at the moment. So tell us about your restaurant. You've now got your own.
We got, yes. You know, we left a beautiful small little room to go to a beautiful 60, 70 seat restaurant. We turn about 150 covers a daily now.
Yeah. So then you roast these in the oven? Or?
Yeah. Baked for about 20, 25 minutes.
I'll let you put those in. And you've got to have a taste of these because these are incredible. So I'll give you one each.
And you can use pecan, you can use walnut. Yeah. You can use hazelnuts, any nuts will do.
I mean, if you're not going to do all this dish, because, I mean, doing the ham and everything else, but, you know, you could do that as a nice little...
Just a salad.
Fantastic.
Just a salad.
Right, I'm going to make this dressing by taking all this. You're going to tell us what's in here, so what have we got?
OK, well, you got homemade mayonnaise, you got sour cream, you've got nice foam d'Ambert, and nice gorgonzola, and that's the two cheese, and buttermilk.
Buttermilk. And the whole lot goes into a blender.
The whole of this is very difficult, you know. It's not like a mayonnaise, you've got to start with the eggs, everything goes in. Yeah. And gently place it into a nice little creamy dressing.
So I'm going to throw in. So tell us about the duck breast that you got in there then. How you've rendered that on the skin side?
You render the duck on the skin side. You cook the duck 2/3 of the way because of the thickness. As you can see, that beautiful thickness of the skin. Yeah. And that will serve, that duck breast as a course will serve about 4 people.
And this is one that we got here.
With just one breast. Can you hear that? Very important again. When you put it into your pan's got to sing to you. He's telling you, I'm hot enough to sear that beautiful breast. And look at that. I'm starting in a dry pan, of course. Yeah. And you're going to see the amount of fat that's going to come out of this one. And I want you to notice that little trick of confit. Most people say confit is dry. I just cooked it all the way. Look at that.
All the way through in the pan?
Just all the way on the skin side only. Never on the meat. Just warm through. Leave it on the side. Job done.
So this goes into a nice creamy dressing that we've got in here. You can see that. I mean, that's your simple blue cheese dressing.
Now, if you have a quick test, look.
I haven't seen it, Chef.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty of it, because you haven't seen it yet, and it's still See? No, there's not much missing.
Don't need it.
Yeah, because you got the saltiness of the... So it's actually, you know, if you're on a diet or something like that, you don't have to put salt and pepper. So it's quite... But, and then you're going to spice it up a little bit with a dash.
A little bit of...
Worcester sauce, a little bit of Tabasco. Again, you need the heat to cut down the fattiness, just to bring the flavor together, to round it together. Okay. All the elements, all the ingredients are done.
Yeah, now, because also, in amongst all this, you've got the grapes, which you've done, and these are delicious. And you actually dry your own grapes out.
We dry your own grapes. You make a little, again, what we call little, remember, we got spice in your nuts. And you make a little stock syrup, very light stock syrup, a little bit of star anise, orange skin. Everything, all the flavors that you got around you is Christmassy. So you pour the hot syrup overnight, and the next day you just dry them in a low oven. Okay. So they're homemade.
Well, these are just grapes, but you've got to try these. It's just, they are incredible, these ones. Now, of course, all of today's studio recipes, including this one from Eric, are on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. Make sure you put plenty of paper inside the printer, though, because this recipe is quite long.
It's not. You can buy the dressing already made from someone if you want to. But...
Can you? Yes. So what are we doing now, then? You're about to plate this up, because this is...
We're going to plate. Look at that.
So tell us about the lettuce.
Lettuce, we're using coarse, we're using little baby jam, little nice, crunchy, sweet lettuce. I'm tired of going to a restaurant. I'm going to try to serve myself and tell the boys, as soon as you dress the salad, it goes limp. Yeah. You go to dress the salad, send it straight away. If it sits on your plate for 30 seconds, before you know it, it goes all soggy. Okay. So from now on, we're only using those whole salad. We just cut them in half. Yeah. So you got texture.
So I'm slicing this duck ham, yeah.
Look at that, look at that. You've got to really... Because it's not chopped, you got to dress inside.
Are the pecan nuts all right?
When
the pecan nuts in the oven.
Please, sir, please be my guest. No, Vivek, please. Do go walk across. I'm pretty busy. Okay. Basically, think of it as a leg of lamb. Yeah. And you stuff it with little garlic cloves. Just little dash here, little dash there. Look what's happening now. Look what's happening. And being French, what do you need on the salad?
Okay, that's great.
What else you need? What else you need? You need a little crouton.
What else do you need?
Little crouton. What is little crouton?
Crouton, yeah.
Little crouton. Well, the little crouton. Voila.
Ah, voila. Right, crouton.
And we use stale baguette, so leftovers of the bread from the day before. You know, French, we don't throw anything away. In the oven for me, please. There you are.
Oh, sure. Vivek, are you just suddenly turned into a chef commie as well?
Yes.
Yes, what's he just putting in the oven now?
You're just putting the chestnut. Remember the chestnut. But it's not finished, darling. Look, you need a bit of magic. Are you ready? Yeah. Because this is your girlfriend in the morning. You ready? And now this is your girlfriend. She wakes up. She just said nice, and now she's starting to put makeup on, but not too much. Not too much. Look. Is
that the blue cheese dressing?
This is your blue cheese dressing. You made it.
What have you just put on there? This one. What's
this one? This one is what we call a house dressing. Okay. Now we're talking. Now, can I have a bit of chopped chive in this
Watford, one? Please. Looks the part. What's we doing here?
Sorry. Look.
Chives in here.
That's it. Right. Use your finger. Use your finger.
Put a pile of these on.
You're on national TV. Just a little pile over here, please. Okay. Down there. Look. Look. Right.
Your chestnut's almost done.
Okay. Look. We've got the duck.
We got the duck.
We've got the duck. This is duck leg going on here. Where's the duck breast?
The duck breast. You go and sit down. I'll just bring it to you guys. Okay. It's coming.
That's the sliced duck breast on there.
Okay,
look at that. Duck ham.
Voila. Look at that. Yeah, forget the before. You did that as well?
Yeah.
I don't need to be here. I could have sat down over there and watched you. You'll have been probably faster as well. Yes. Gosh, look at that.
Yeah.
I'm nuts.
It does. It looks amazing.
It is a celebration.
It does look amazing.
Yeah, I'm getting celebrated by you too, that's for sure. Last but not least.
What's going on now?
This is a little espelette pepper from the Pays-Bas. Look at that. Look. Gosh.
That's a spicy pepper, is it?
Yeah, it's like little paprika, but smoky.
Okay. I've just got to turn that around for you to have a look at. Because that is probably the most impressive plate of food I think I've seen on Saturday Kitchen yet. So tell us what this amazing dish is called.
Well, you call it a duck salad. I call it a salad landaise.
That's what it is. The man is a genius, I have to say.
Thank you. Did you get that on tape? Did you get that on tape? Did you? I want it signed.
I'm going to sit here because I'm going to dive into
it. For the first, no, you sit.
Here?
No, sit on the outside. I made it. No, you got to manger.
Try this.
Catherine, everybody can, yeah.
There's so much flavours going on here.
Unbelievable.
Serves one.
Serves one.
Very hungry children.
Duck. My goodness.
Yeah?
That's amazing.
Merci, chef.
Are you bienvenue?
It is absolutely
it's
brilliant.
pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Fantastic, delicious. You're not getting any, though. I need some wine to go with this. Let's go back to Edinburgh to see what Ollie has chosen to go with Eric's stunning salad.
Eric's sensational salad hollandaise hails from the south of France, and it's a good idea to pick a wine from a similar area to chime with the local ingredients, like this Grand Heron from the Côte de Gascogne. However, with this dish, it's a little too sharp for the duck, so I'm moving further east to the domain of the sensational Paul Mass and his marvellous Marsanne. French-tacular. Marsanne is one of the blending grapes from the southern Rhone, but here on its own, it creates wine with a peachiness and a certain sensuality of texture. Give it a squeeze. Oh, that's plump. What you want with a salad, with those crisp, crunchy ingredients, is a wine with a certain refreshment to pick up on those fresh ingredients. And then, of course, we've got the duck. For that, you need the texture of Marsanne, which has a certain sensual glossiness to it. And finally, the salty tang of the blue cheese. What I'm looking for there is the peachy allure of Marsanne to wrap it up and deliver the perfect sip. Eric, bonne année et bonne santé! Ha-ha!
Is that the wine that goes with it?
This is
The Marsanne.
It's quite difficult because there's so much going on there in terms of flavours.
now, the spiciness, the honey, all things nice and it's crisp. It's crisp and fresh. You couldn't have a red on that. Would have been too able to kill it.
It's great,
Nice
chef.
and fragrant.
Happy with it?
Yeah, I'm more than happy with it.
Happy?
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
I'm quite happy too. Can we have some more, please?
You're happy with that?
Oh, yeah.
You
Can I
Please.
you can
take it home?
Yes. I'll wrap it up.
Industrial foil.
Right, let's take... Great stuff from Ken there. Gin and cabbage. Who knew? Right, let's keep cooking. And next up is the brilliant Indian chef, Vivek Singh. So on the menu today, we've got lamb.
Yeah, we've got a raan. We're doing a part roast, part braised shoulder of lamb.
Yeah.
Proper celebratory, proper party food.
Party
kind of thing.
food,
Yeah,
okay.
party food.
With
right?
roast potatoes. And you
Yeah,
want me to do the roast
cumin and chili roast potatoes. If you could, start it off.
So
like
what
the
have you
roast.
got here then? Because this is proper roast potatoes. What are you
These
using
are,
here?
we're using a bit of duck fat. You could use duck fat or vegetable fat, whatever.
Right,
Vegetable
okay.
oil if you wanted.
So I'm heating that up. We've
Yeah.
got some parboiled potatoes happening over there.
Think of these as jeera aloo, You order a jeera aloo in a curry house.
Yeah.
These are cumin and chili potatoes, just roasted. Yeah,
Okay, so what have you got on here then?
Well, I've got some deep-fried, sort of crisp fried onions.
Yeah.
And this is going into the marinade, the marination I'm going to make for the...
So they're just
the
onions
lamb,
deep
yeah.
fried?
Yeah, exactly. And you'll see in the braise, when it's all braised up, I'm going to add all of this sort of chili powder. Ginger and garlic
So
paste.
whereabouts does this come from in India? Because I'm not very good at geography. Where's this from?
Originally, this dish would come from Lucknow.
Yeah.
It's very, sort of refined form of cooking. I'm
Well, I
using
said I
some
wasn't very good
royal
at
cumin.
Geography, and you've said a name, and where's that? North, south?
Lucknow, north.
North?
Yeah, North India, but a very pronounced Mughal Persian influence in there.
Okay.
Right? So you've got some bay leaf, some cinnamon, some cardamom.
Right.
Right?
What is that you just put in? What's that?
Ginger and garlic paste.
Ginger and garlic paste, okay.
Yeah, okay.
And
Give
then
me a
that,
bit of-
that one?
That I'm going to add at the very end to finish it off. It's a chaat masala. It's like a seasoning, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Right, I've got my potatoes here. So you want to put these in with different spices. These have got cumin and chili flakes.
Cumin and chili flakes and a bit of sea salt to finish off with.
Okay. Sea salt, cumin and chili flakes. So is the idea to marinate this then? Is this...
Yeah, the idea is to marinate, and this is all going into the marinade. Right. And you're going to apply this. And you could do this and you could marinate it overnight, you know.
Yeah.
And just a lot more red chili powder as well if you wanted.
Right, we're going to pop that straight in the oven. And this wants to roast for how long? So we've got some in here. What, a good 30 minutes, something like that?
Yes, a good 30 minutes. Be great for something like that. This marinated lamb, once you marinated it overnight or so. Okay.
Would you, I mean, conventionally, would be this cooked on an open fire or something like that? Slow roasted or something? Or
Normally, you'd braise it.
braise it normally?
You first braise it,
Okay.
and then when you braise it, cool it, and then just crisp it in a tandoori oven. So you
Okay.
put it on a skewer. We won't use a tandoori oven. So the marination done. You're going to put a bit of water around it. Okay. Okay. We are
So
braising
while
this.
Eric's diving into his duck and salad this new year, your lamb's on the menu for you then, is it?
Yes, a raan, a good old raan is always a thing of joy. So we've got all this.
So would this be lamb or would this be mutton? What?
Back in India, it would be mutton, or it could be goat, actually. A lot of people would use goat to do this with. I mean, you know, if you had more people coming over, we are using milk-fed lamb. But
Yeah.
you could use, if you just pop this in the oven.
In the oven? And how long would you cook that for? Because this is the key to this.
This will cook for about an hour and a half.
Okay.
You then sort of take off.
Nice low oven, what, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, what, 130, 140 centigrade, something like
160, an hour and a half, yeah.
that? Okay. Right, my potatoes are done. What's next?
Right, we get on to the leg of lamb, the shoulder of lamb that I'm going to joint. But first, let's.
These potatoes look pretty good, don't they?
Yeah, no, they are. They are very, very good and very simple to do. Quite simply.
Right, what are you doing now? Making a sauce?
You know, yes, just all the braising liquor and all the marinade that sort of, come through.
Give you
It's
that
going to pass all of that through.
Right.
Right, so let's.
Yeah. So this is to remove things like the cardamom and bits and pieces out, is it?
Yeah. And the yogurt sometimes, tends to.
Right.
So we got this come down.
Yeah. So 2013's been incredibly busy for you. What's 2014 like for you?
Busy.
You're going to get a day off? When you never stop. How many restaurants have you now got? 3?
Well, 3 restaurants and the bar and east.
Yeah.
But it's a good way of keeping busy, actually, So just taking this all down, right?
And have you still got the TVs in the kitchen?
We still got the TVs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So just started
And
work on another.
when you go to his restaurant, Ian, you've got to go down and see the kitchen because it's the only guy I know that's got literally televisions on every section in the kitchen, hasn't he?
Right.
What do you want?
Cricket. Cricket. 100% cricket.
It's the cricket.
Cricket all the time.
Don't
Right,
mention cricket. No.
Yeah.
What are we doing with the sauce then now?
So we reduced it. I'm going to let it down a little bit with a little bit more water. Actually. And then
Is it too strong then?
it's just reduced down a bit too much. Okay.
Okay.
We're going to just reduce it down. Okay. And now sort of bring this to a boil.
Right, what's next then?
Okay. So let's put this down. Let's just take the bone off like that.
So once it's slowly, you allow this to cool then? You've got to let it go cold.
You do allow this to cool.
Yeah.
And you just cut it into nice sort of big chunks.
Right. Now, would you use a skewer for this if you wanted
Yes.
to skewer it up? Right.
Yeah. At home, we just sort of join the meat out completely and arrange it back around the bone.
Okay.
Here we've got some skewers. So, and in
Can
the
skewer if
restaurants,
you wanted to,
yeah.
but we're just going to leave it in chunks.
No, we'll put it.
Oh, you want me to
straight onto
skewer each
skewers?
one?
Yes, please.
Okay, you want me to skewer each one? I can do that.
So if you just put these on a nice skewer, thread them through, and just put it in the grill for about 2 or 3 minutes. It'll crisp up. The skin will really crisp up nicely.
One more piece. Go on, I
Yeah.
can skewer it.
Okay,
There you go.
that's that.
So just like that? No
Yeah.
oil, nothing, just under the grill now?
Now, just straight up.
Under the grill?
Under the grill. the skin crisps up.
Sounds pretty good. Nice hot grill. Now, of course, all of today's studio recipes, including this one from Vivek, are on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. Right, lamb's under the grill, potatoes ready,
Yeah.
sausage reducing.
We're chopping up a bit of coriander there.
Chopped coriander. Okay, what's the yogurt and stuff like that for? What's this?
The yogurt went into the marinade. Here, we've got some garam masala and some saffron. As I said, it's a celebratory season here. We've got some saffron, we've got some cream, some garam masala. That's what's going to go into the sauce. Yeah,
so why would you put that in at the end then? Why does that go in the end?
You see, garam masala is a very aromatic seasoning.
Yeah.
So and the more expensive spices you use in, the better the flavor. So you don't want to be cooking a lot after you've added expensive spices. That's why you end up using it at the very end.
Yeah.
And it works as a seasoning. It's the aromas. And this, saffron, the most expensive spice known to man.
Yeah.
Right, about £2,500 a pound.
Yeah.
So really, really expensive. You want to add it really at the end.
Yeah.
And then finish it off with a bit of cream.
So do you want these on the plate?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's pile on the potatoes. Yeah.
Okay, like that.
Right. Right. Just sprinkle a bit more.
What else do you want on here? Coriander.
That's good.
There you go.
Okay.
And then the sauce over the top.
The sauce goes over the top. And it's just, this whole thing is a great family meal, I tell you.
Yeah.
Right.
Do we add some more onions or not?
We will. We will add some more onions. And a little bit of the chaat masala that I had saved up, you know, this sprinkled seasoning I said.
Yeah.
And my gold leaf here.
Gold leaf?
You're talking about.
This is the first time we've had gold leaf.
No, we've had.
You've done it before, yeah. You were feeling well off.
Well, it's the new year.
So give us the name of this dish then.
This is a lamb shoulder round, the grandest of all celebratory dishes.
That's what it is. Looks pretty impressive. I know it's going to taste pretty impressive as well. It's got to when it's cooked for that amount of time. Dive into that one.
Oh, look at that.
Where you want to start with that? Have a seat over there. There you go.
Should we start with the spuds?
Start with the spuds.
Yeah, put it the other way around.
Start with the spuds then. Dive in, Eric. Tell us what you think. With all those spices in there.
One of them is
Roast potatoes.
That's amazing.
And slow roast shoulder of lamb.
The levels of flavour.
I can't afford the gold, so
Yeah.
on the side. I just
Happy with that? There you go. Well, I'm not going to get any of it, I think. Right, we need some wine to go with this. Let's see what Ollie has chosen to go with Vivek's lovely lamb.
Vivek's lovely lamb is a chance to show that Indian cooking can pair with a wide range of wines. Now, if you're having a meaty curry, you could try a fruity red like this CM Carmener. However, with the bright flavours in this dish coming from the lemon and the ginger, it's crying out for a white wine, and I found a belter from off the beaten track. It's Themiopoulos Malagousia from Greece, wine of the gods. I'm a massive fan of Greek wine, and this wine comes from the Valley of the Muses near Delphi. The grape variety is Malagousia, and until quite recently it was on the verge of extinction. It's got a fantastic, gentle, aromatic character to it. It's really fragrant, which makes it perfect with mild, spicy dishes. The brightness in Vivek's dish comes from the vinegar, the ginger and the lemon. For those upbeat flavours, you need a wine like this Malagousia with a bit of zing to it. And then, of course, there's the fragrance in the dish from the cinnamon, the saffron and the cardamom. Malagousia has the perfect floral touch to link up. And finally, Vivek's cunning sauce. It's got a creamy texture to it, and this wine has been stirred up to amplify its generous texture. Vivek, here's to your sensational lamb. Cheers!
Cheers indeed.
Cheers,
I mean, Greek. Wouldn't normally go for Greek white wine.
No, and white wine for one, you know, with this kind of lamb. when I saw the glasses of white wine coming in, I wasn't really sure. But I have to say, this really works brilliantly with the saffron, and it's really picking up on it.
So you traditionally do red with this one? Yeah. But I think it works fantastic well. Do you think?
It does. It's got to bring a little smokiness to it.
Yeah.
And being Greek, you can pick it up for quite cheap. I'm pretty sure you can buy a lot.
Happy with that?
That was delicious.
Yeah,
I
very
think
good.
wine-wise, I'd have sparkling water, not still water.
Yeah, exactly.
just to give.
Catherine,
Absolutely delicious. The meat just falls off the
flavours are so
the
intense.
layers in it. Oh, it's
So will Ian get his food heaven, that fillet of sole with chips and curry sauce, or food hell cod in a caper butter with char grill leeks? We're letting fate decide today, so you can find out exactly how after a truly magic... Now, I told you it was special. Right, it's time to find out whether Ian will be facing food heaven or food hell. Food heaven would be this wonderful fish over here, this wonderful sole, which I know you love. It could be done with a lovely beer batter. Look at that. Like beer batter, some chips, and a proper curry sauce from a chip shop. However, the food hell could be over here. Now, red wine sauces and fish you're not keen on, so we've got red wine vinegar, and we make a sugar reduction of that with char grill leeks. We've got cod with it as well, and a nice little burn rosette. And I know you don't like capers as well, if that's thrown in as well with some chopped parsley. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we're going to let fate to decide which one it is. So if you want to follow me in, we've got 2 balloons. You've got a pick and pop a balloon, so just don't miss. Wow. Right, this you officially got
Heaven.
food heaven.
Oh,
That's what you've got.
whatever, it's good.
Just to prove a point, so, which is that? You're a bit severe with that knife, aren't you?
I'm good with a knife, as Claridgeon would say,
That's
you know?
proper acting, is that? Inside the other one is the word food hell. So heaven you getting?
okay.
Fish and chips it is then. So follow me, guys and girls, over here. Because I'm going to get on and do the fish, so we'll lose this out of the way. Eric, if I can get you to do me the chips, please, chef. Nice, thin French frit.
Thin.
All right.
Okay.
We've got some potatoes there. You can peel them. There's the peeler, and then if you could, that'd be great. If you can lose that, Catherine, lose that butter and everything else out of the way.
Okay.
Meanwhile, what we're going to do is we're going to make a batter with this, because Eric needs to get those. Just one potato will be enough, chef.
Okay.
Just one potato, that'll be fine. We're going to make a batter with this. And we've got some flour, like that. We've got some, we've got some vinegar. I've got Sue leaning over you. We've got some sugar, and we've got some yeast. So throw the whole lot in there. A good pinch of salt. That's it. We're going to mix this together into a nice little batter in there. Like that. Just nice little batter. Now, the reason for this fish and chips is... What?
Oh, I've always loved it when I
Always
come back.
loved
Yeah, when I come back again, in person, yeah.
So what do your folks think of LA? Because what did your dad think when you said, I'm going to be an actor? What was the response to that?
But he didn't. He was fine with it, you know.
Right.
I mean, I was going to follow him into what he did, you know.
But you often sort of, sit there in LA and pinch yourself. Did you ever get that feeling?
No, I mean,
how did that
I'd
happen?
already done stuff here, and I did an American movie back here in '68. So I went out there for the first time in January '69, and I remember looking at all the studios, MGM, the Irving Thalberg building, and saying, oh, "This is interesting." I said, "Well, who's here? Who's shooting? What's on?" They said nothing. Marooned. It was a time when American films were really not being made in Hollywood. It was going into TV. It was a really weird time, 68. And they were all over here making films in Europe. And then it all went back again in the 70s to America.
Yeah.
Now it's come back again. I mean, there are very few films in Hollywood. It's all television. They make them all in Europe, or they make them on location, or they make the big blockbusters.
And talk about the big blockbusters again. We mentioned it, Hercules. Where was that filmed?
All in Budapest.
The whole lot?
Well, because it's $150 million in Budapest. It would have been $250 million in England or in LA. That's why they do it.
And about all the things that you've done, what do you think has been the big break for you? Because obviously, you were in films and stuff like that, but really over, sort of recent years, the last 10 years, Hollywood's really taken you on and embraced you. What was it Deadwood that you were...
Well, once you're into something like that, which was a huge critical success as well as being a personal success, but the main thing is it was a huge critical and commercial success. So, yeah, that's when they come, they come a knocking, which is very nice, and then you keep it up after that.
But recently, I mean, the characters that you've had have just been, they've been such strong roles as well. You know?
Well, the last few years been a lot of epics, like, the King in Jack the Giant Killer, the dwarf, head dwarf in Snow White, which was hilarious.
Now this is interesting. We've got one of the greatest Indian chefs in the world
Making a chip shop curry.
Precisely. So
I'm
tell us,
completely out of my depth with it. I was going to ask you.
I'll tell you. Get plenty of madras powder.
I've taken all those spices away from
No,
you, and you've got madras powder, which is
Exactly.
You don't like this stuff, do you?
No,
You know what?
Well,
We like
how hot do you like your curry? Chef?
extremely hot.
Oh, good. That's good. Can we have another chili, please?
Yeah. Extremely hot.
So tell us how you make a chip shop curry then.
Well, a chip shop curry. I've never made it. I'm just following your instructions. This is the best. But I've got the madras curry powder, and I've got some of this flour, which I'm going to just sort of thicken it up with. And then it's
Well, I'm waiting for the fryer, so can
That's
you...
what the old when in theatre in the 60s. You'd be doing. You'd go to Birmingham, and you go out afterwards, and the only restaurants that were open were either Chinese or Indian. And you go in there and you say, "What do you got to say?" Curry and chips.
Curry and chips.
Curry and
We're
chips.
about to make curry and
Great.
chips.
Yeah.
Would you put a bit of cream in there?
Yeah, we will. I will now.
Are you telling him or you're asking him?
Is Eric making his
Let's add a...
pommes frites?
That's a bit thick though, don't you, Chef?
Yeah, and I will set it down with some more of the stock.
It's a bit elegant.
Yeah, can you get
It's usually a bit
protein
browner
in
than that, isn't it?
She's a bit browner than that.
Oh, yeah.
That's because you overcooked the curry powder.
What have you done?
A bit browner than that. You
You don't put cream in it.
Oh, boy. Well, you're going to do your fish.
I want to...
You do the poisson, and I refry the frites after. Are you ready?
All right.
You want the basket or you don't want the basket?
No, I don't want the basket.
You want to go live?
I'll go live. So we take the fish.
Okay. Are you
Oh,
sure?
oh, no.
You think?
That's getting. Oh, that curry sauce is good.
Is that a good one?
Oh, yeah.
It's called great movie, Frying Nemo. Oh,
Frying
sorry, Finding Nemo.
No, frying Nemo. You're right.
Fried Nemo. You've got to have scraps as well.
Absolutely. That's a bit.
What do you call scraps in French?
Hein? Le scrap.
It doesn't look like a curry sauce.
Taste.
Doesn't look like a curry
Is it delicious?
Oh,
Well, it's my recipe, so it should...
Should look like...
Catherine, how you doing? Come here.
when do I put the capers? When do I put the capers?
Oh, no. Oh, you cake?
French curry,
was
pineapple and banana. French curry, it's 70s. Curry?
Pizza.
No. French curry.
French curry.
Yeah, with pineapple and banana, that's the curry. Ready? Okay.
It's like an Hawaiian pizza.
Yep.
That's like when English people used to do in the 50s. They'd always put sultanas and raisins in, remember?
The fish comes out, you see. You see, Eric, this is the key to it.
Well, that part. Le scrap.
The scrappy.
Okay, so I need to put back the frites.
Right, very quick,
Oui, chef.
very quick.
Oui.
Vas-y.
Double fry.
Yeah, that's
Vas-y.
what I'm saying.
And then we've got a plate.
I've been booby trapped, it's too hot.
There's your fancy pot for your curry sauce. Normally I'd find a polystyrene one, you see. Could we have a wedge of lemon, please?
Un lemon?
Here.
There, tasteless scrap.
Mm.
You ready
I
with the
love it.
frit?
La frite, elle est belle. Hein? La frite, attention.
Come on, the chips. What are you doing? And we've got a polystyrene. You've got to
He's done it.
from.
Polystyrene.
I don't know where on earth that's come from, but anyway. A bit of lemon over the top.
That's it.
Dive into that.
Just tell it.
Right, Olly has chosen Zalza Reserve Chenin Blanc 2012. Sainsbury's priced at £9.99. So how does fish and chips and curry sauce, made the proper way, taste? It's a bit hot.
Oh!
Nice, though, isn't it?
Fab.
Well, that's all for today on Saturday Kitchen. Thanks to Catherine Fulvio, Eric Chavot, Vivek Singh, and of course, Ian McShane. Cheers to Olly Smith for the brilliant wine choices today. Remember, all the recipes are, as always, on our website. Go to bbc.co.uk/Saturday Kitchen. We'll be back next Saturday, but in the meantime, have a very
Happy New Year!
See you in 2014. Bye for now.
Thank you.